Batumi, one of the biggest Georgian cities and one of the best ones. Located at the Black Sea, it has its own vibe, and we spent here 2 weeks. We liked it very much. So in this video I want to share with you some Batumi atmosphere, the impression of the city, some hacks, where to go and what to do here, secret places where to eat, cheap, and some more information about my favorite Georgian city. But first, subscribe to my channel and give this video a like. I will be very grateful for it. We're in Batumi now. We arrived for 1 week, but just on the way from the bus to the apartment, we understand that the city is really great and the flat is really great. So we decided to stay here for 2 weeks. We rented bicycles and we enjoyed the city very much. So I'm going to show you it now. As for many cities located at the sea, the embankment is the main place of attraction, the place for long walks, for some sport activities, for example bicycles. But don't rent bicycles on the embankment. Go to this shop, Velo Extreme. Here renting bicycles is 6 lari a day, not 10 as at the embankment, and the bicycles are much better here. So as you can guess, we spent the whole 2 weeks riding bicycles up and down the embankment, and we enjoyed it really much. As for the weather and the sea, we visited Batumi in May, so it is quite cold, and I personally like the Black Sea very much because I was growing up visiting summer camps at this sea, but now it was too cold to swim, and besides the shore is made of stones, which is not so comfortable as well. But walking here is really pleasant because there are a lot of palms, a lot of beautiful buildings, very tasty fresh air. You know, first, in the 4th century before Christ, Batumi was a small trading post known as Bethis in ancient, can you guess, Greece. But then it went under Ottoman control, so you can definitely feel some Turkish vibes here. And this is Orbi City at the Batumi Boulevard, where a lot of locals bought flats and now they rent them, for example, on Booking with different prices. You can find some from 30 lari to maybe, I don't know, 500 lari a day. Everything depends on the fantasy and self-confidence of the locals who bought their apartments. But we didn't rent an apartment here because we thought that the quality would be bad. So yeah, Batumi is located on the one shore of the Black Sea, and on the other shores there are Crimea and Turkey. These are some local districts, and this is a very common picture in Batumi and in Georgia. As for the city itself, it is quite pleasant, quite interesting, and it reminds of Russian cities because after the Russian Revolution, Batumi became part of Soviet Georgia, and before it, after 1878, following the Russo-Turkish War, Batumi was ceded to the Russian Empire, and of course you can feel Russian vibe here. And that's okay. Though since Georgia's independence in 1991, Batumi has undergone significant modernization and the city became a popular tourist destination known for its beaches, modern architecture and vibrant nightlife. By the way, in Batumi you can find a lot of bicycle traces, and they are so attractive. When you're just going along the street, you feel a burning desire to go along this bicycle path. But actually it is not safe, so please don't do it. But all the locals follow these paths. So all in all, it is just a common Georgian city. It is much bigger than, for example, Kutaisi and Tel Aviv. I have videos about them too. You can check them on my channel. So there are much more things to do in Batumi, though it still has the Georgian charm. There are a lot of dogs and cats. It is very warm, and all people are very friendly, and everything is so tasty here, just as everywhere in Georgia. Of course, it is a bit smaller, and Batumi seems to be quite a good place, not only for visiting during your vacation, but also for living here, because all the infrastructure is well developed here. It is near the sea, it is warm and not so crowded as Tbilisi. Besides, prices here are much lower than in the capital. You can always find some fresh vegetables just on the street. You can see them right now with the prices. The prices are in lari. You can Google if you are interested. Yeah, you can make a pause and see how much everything is. Yeah, for example, potato is just 2 lari. It is less than $1 for 1 kilo. Also, there are a lot of small and not brand shops, but just the shops with clothes, with socks, with lingerie. You can enter it and try anything you like. As for the shops, there are 2 big branches. It's Carrefour and Spar, where we preferred buying food. They are the shops of good quality and good prices. By the way, write in the comments if you have already visited Georgia or are you planning to do it, and which cities do you want to see. So it is just a pleasure to walk around the city and to observe some locals. Oh, this is a shop where you can buy some farmers' cheese, sour cream, milk, butter, and a lot of products. I'm going to show you the prices here too. So let's check some of our favorite places here. We don't go to nightclubs. We also don't visit expensive restaurants. We prefer cooking at home. This shop is also quite good. For buying food, there are some special promotions can be found. This is a little cafe with very tasty Uzbek dumplings. And this is a very cheap canteen where you can find some locals. Usually they say that locals eat at home, but here they eat too. For example, a soup can cost 6 lari or 7 lari. It is about $2. That is a very good price, and the soup it's not genius, but it is quite okay. We liked it. This is our favorite shawarma. It is very tasty. The big shawarma is 15 lari, but it is enough for 2 people. So we just bought the big chicken shawarma and we got quite full while eating. The meat is very good here, and the vibe is good as well. If you like craft beer, this is a good shop where you can buy some. And this is the shop with the best baklava in the city. It is quite cheap, about 1.50 lari for a piece, or 3 lari for a piece of cake, for example. Yeah, I do advise you to try it here. It is just finger licking. This is a beautiful lake. And actually, as we were riding bicycles every day here, we didn't even walk on foot, so we started exploring the city and its historical center only on the second week, which is not so usual for us. And the architecture of the city is quite interesting because it was a part of Roman Empire, it was a part of Turkey, and it was a part of Russia. Actually, that's always what happens with the cities which are strategic ports, like Crimea, for example, or Istanbul. Oh, you see, it's a little beautiful cat here. And the Georgian government invests a lot of time and effort and money, of course, into Batumi, so it is becoming better and better with every year. And I hope that if you visit it after 5 years of this video, you will find that it has become even better. And now we are going to Piazza Square. It was inspired by Italian architecture, and it is a picturesque square surrounded by cafes, restaurants, and boutique spots. It often hosts live music and cultural events, and you can feel like in Europe here, so it is a must-visit place in Batumi. You can sit in a cafe, enjoy a cup of tea, make some Instagrammable photos, and feel like in Europe. And the old city feels again as the part of some European town. And we are heading for the Batumi Boulevard, which stretches along the coast and features walking paths, sculptures, fountains, and beautiful gardens. I have shown you a part of it, but it is much longer because it is about 7 kilometers. There are a lot of boats, a lot of fishermen, and it is very pleasant to observe them and to walk in this maritime vibe. These landscapes remind me of Novorossiysk. It is a little city in Russia near Crimea. Yes, so the sea is the same, and the embankment is very beautiful there as well. So, can you imagine that the construction of Batumi Boulevard began in 1891 under the guidance of the German botanist and landscape architect Seller? Initially, it was a small seaside park that expanded over the years, especially in 1930s and recent years. Of course, you can order a little boat here and have a good maritime walk from this point. There are, I guess, some different options depending on the price. Today there are a lot of people walking because it is Independence Day in Georgia, and we are reaching the main statue in Batumi, the most interesting ones. It is the statue of Ali and Nino. They are moving to each other. It is made by Georgian artist Tamara Kvasitadze, and it depicts a man and a woman who pass through each other, symbolizing eternal love and the unity of cultures. It is very beautiful, and looking at it is really fascinating. So if you are in Batumi, pay some attention to this statue. And as I have already said, it is the Independence Day in Georgia, so there is a big holiday concerts, and a lot of people in the streets and on the squares. Georgian people are really politically active and politically engaged. They, besides, love their country so much. They are very open-hearted, very impulsive. They love their families. They're always talking with you about families. For example, if you meet an old man, the main question he asks you if you are married, if you have children, and if you say you don't, he says, well, you must. It is the main thing in life. We also happened to meet Museum Day in Batumi, so we visited 3 museums for free. For example, this is the Museum of Algeria, and we liked it very much. The exposition is really big and noteworthy. There are a lot of some old artifacts and some modern interesting things. So if you like visiting museums, pay attention to it. The archaeological museum is closed right now, and also we visited the Museum of Fine Arts. It is quite small and the exposition is quite small, but it was quite peculiar, and I liked the house itself. Usually the houses of museums are places of much interest for me because the interiors are usually really great. And also we visited a museum of Chevchavadze, and it is quite small. I wouldn't recommend it. So what else do you want to know about Batumi? Write in the comments, ask me some questions, because we liked the city very much. We think that we will miss it. Actually, I'm making the voiceover for this video sitting in Tbilisi, and I already miss Batumi, miss its air, miss its vibe, miss the bicycles and the opportunity to ride along the embankment. It was really great. As you see, the city is very green and with a lot of beautiful points in it. My husband says that if he needs to choose one city in the whole Georgia to live in, he would choose Batumi. And my heart is in Tbilisi too. This is the Europe Square, a very famous one too. It features the Medea statue symbolizing Georgia's connection to Greek mythology. The square is surrounded by impressive buildings and it is a popular meeting place. And there you will arrive if you go by bus from Tbilisi or some other points, like we came here from Kutaisi, but there are also buses from Batumi, and in general the transportation system in Georgia is developed really greatly. But you'd better go to Batumi from Tbilisi, for example, by train. It will take you 5 hours and around $10 or maybe even less. But the city is definitely must visit if you want to explore Georgia deeply and to feel this coastal vibe of the Black Sea. It is really marvelous. I haven't shown you our flat because I forgot to film it during check-in, and I'm doing it during the checkout. You see, we have a great kitchen here with a sofa, a little bedroom with some table for me. I used it as a table. There is no window, but it feels quite okay. Have a good private bathroom here. Actually, our hosts who live the next door, they don't have the private bathroom, they have the common one. And and a big and beautiful balcony with this view. You could see it at the beginning of the video. So we are leaving Batumi. We are going to the railway station, which is called Central Railway Station, and it is dawn. You see how beautiful the sky is. We are taking a taxi, which is about 7 lari. Taxi is very cheap in Georgia, so everybody advises you to use it. And now we're at the railway station. We are going to the platform and we are going to take the train to Tbilisi. Give this video a like if it was useful for you, and follow me to see more of our adventures around Tbilisi and in some different destinations all over the world. I was glad to see you here. Bye bye!